What's up, YouTube fam? My name's Danny Man. I am starting this new YouTube journey, and I'm glad that you are here to do it with me. On this said journey, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make some donuts in every single video. So comment down below if you want me to make a specific type of donut. The donuts that I specialize in are low calorie, ones that you can eat while you're in a caloric deficit for cutting. We're gonna do some workouts. We're gonna add in some deadlifts because this is deadlifts and donuts, and it's just how we're gonna roll. I'm gonna bring you along on my crazy journey with my kids, with my family, and we're gonna have some fun. So let's get it going. Alright, so I have been working on this recipe for about a month just to get it down perfect, get it down in calories, kind of make it work for me because I'm in fat loss and I want to continue that way, but I also like to enjoy life. So I'm gonna go ahead and link the recipe in the description box below just so that you have that down for reference and you don't have to write everything down and you can just follow along. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and start with the sour cream and get that in my bowl. You only need one bowl, which is great because who wants more dishes? But I also made these yesterday and my 1 cup measuring cup is in the dishwasher and I was too lazy to clean it, so we're using half a cup and I have to do more work. Who doesn't love that? Okay. So after that, you're gonna put in, I always put in the cocoa with the yogurt so that it mixes better because otherwise it's just gonna kind of be a mess everywhere. And you should use 1/4 cup, but I live dangerously and I'm just kind of throwing it in there. So mix it. That happened. That's what I get for not measuring. You're gonna wanna mix it first, because cocoa powder is kind of a pain to work with. And you're gonna have like that. Then you're gonna add 2 eggs. And after I add each ingredient, I like to mix it around. Because it's not like regular baking when you're using regular flour and everything like that. You want to make sure that everything is incorporated really well before you move on to the next step because it could cause problems later. And as a bonus, it's kind of like an arm workout. So if you skip arms a lot like I do, you can pretend. Then you're gonna go ahead and throw in a little splishy splash of vanilla. Now you're gonna need your sugar or sugar replacement, whatever. Like I said, I use Swerve because I don't like calories. This comes from a decade, literally a decade. I spent my entire 20s being obese. That's not a fun time. Your 20s are supposed to be great and fun, and all I did was diet the whole time. I was on Weight Watchers and something called Slimgenics and you know, I tried it all. Guess which one of them worked? None. None of them. It's a lifestyle change. And you don't have to hate your life and hate the food you eat because you're trying to not be obese. You just need to make smarter choices. And that's what I learned to do. So I worked my way from 260 pounds to not 260 pounds. And I don't even know what I weigh right now. But it's not that. Okay, if I knew this recipe by heart, that would be a lot easier. You're gonna need 1/4 of a cup of oil. So by now, you have like a really soupy mess. Well, probably can't see that. Soupy mess. All good. That's how it should look. Then you're gonna go ahead and add 2 cups of almond flour. Now when I first started doing this, I was making the extra effort to sift the almond flour because it's chunky, but then I accidentally did it one time and I just dumped it all in and it was fine. So it didn't really matter. So that's how I roll now. I just dump it. Because it's easier. Smart people, when they're making recipe videos, pre-weigh or pre-measure their stuff. Let me tell you how this channel is going to be. Winging it. So the nice thing about this recipe is you can really do whatever you want. I'm adding in mini chocolate chips. I like mini ones because it's like you get more tiny morsels of deliciousness every time you take a bite. And I'm not gonna weigh it because the extra 5 calories that this is gonna give you per donut is not gonna make or break your diet. So live dangerously, my friends. Plus, there wasn't much left in the bag. Don't forget your baking soda. Okay, now here comes the fun part. We're gonna be adding in some protein powder so that these are higher in protein and technically can be considered a protein item. I'm gonna use my protein. This is casein whey or casein protein, and then this is whey protein. You have to do both. If you don't have a baking protein, I know Quest makes a baking protein and I have used it. I do have it in my cupboards, but I like the way the donuts turn out better when you use the mix. You have to do 1-to-1 and then add like guar gum or xanthan gum as an emulsifier. Otherwise, they turn into crackers and it's really kind of weird. So 1 scoop of whey and 1 scoop of casein. This is unflavored. The whey just happens to be vanilla. It doesn't matter what flavor you use because you will not taste it, period. I think I was really excited to do peanut butter protein powder, thinking it was gonna be like peanut butter chocolate, and it wasn't. It was just chocolate, which is great. I love chocolate, but wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. So now your batter should look kind of thick and chunky. I'm gonna be using, I got cocoa powder on these when it exploded, but silicone donut molds. I'll put a link for these also in the description because these are probably the best things I've ever used. I have used just regular donut molds and they just weren't as good. So what you're gonna do, even though they are silicone and they should be non-stick, I'm gonna use a little bit of avocado oil on a rag, or just like a paper towel, and ring each one, because when you bake with protein, it's not the same as baking normally. So they do tend to stick a little bit, and then they don't look pretty. So you're just gonna take it and wipe it with your rag. You don't want to spray the actual silicone mold, mostly because that adds a ton of extra calories. This says 0 calories for 1/4 of a second of spray. Who can do that? Not me. And you can say, oh, what's the big deal? Extra calories here and there. Yeah, you can say that, and you're right. What is the big deal? Well, after you do that 6, 7, 8 times in the week, you've added on how many extra calories because you're not really paying attention. Hey, live your life. Don't care. You do you, bro. I'm gonna do me. So what you do with the batter is you're gonna take a Ziploc bag and just kind of however you want to get it into the vessel, and then cut off a corner and you're going to squeeze it in. And now we wait. Okay, so welcome to my makeshift garage gym. Use the term loosely, please. So we have one Olympic barbell, this really old stepper that I got off of Facebook Marketplace, a couple of free weights, and bands and wraps. Oh, and dip bars that I bought in pink because they were cheaper. And a bench. There's no rack, no really anything. I have 8-pound dumbbells, but it's better than nothing, and I make things work. So I just did a quick warm up, and this is what we've got going for the day. Deadlifts, dip leg deadlifts, snatch, front squat, hand release push-ups, and if I can, run, because it is supposed to rain. So, all right, let's get it going. All right, so I just got finished with my workout. I didn't get to run because I tend to go pretty far and I didn't want to get stuck in the rain. It just didn't sound like fun to me today. Usually I like to run in the rain, but it's been already a long day. So I'm back inside and now we're gonna finish up our donuts. They look awesome and they're gonna come out super clean. Super pumped. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make like a frosting. It's non-fat or low-fat cream cheese, kind of whatever your choice, and then some Greek yogurt again, and some more protein powder. Generally you would do 1/4 cup of yogurt, 1/4 cup of cream cheese, and then 1/2 scoop of protein powder, but I'm only gonna frost one for right now because I'm gonna put these in a bag for overnight because I'm not gonna eat them all. So I'm just gonna make a little bit. Just enough to basically do 1 or 2. So you want the cream cheese to be softened, otherwise it's gonna end up like chunky. I did that yesterday and it was kind of gross. Okay, so it's nice and creamy. It's just like having like a vanilla frosting on a cake. It's awesome. So you're just gonna take a donut and slather it. Or don't. I mean, you can weigh it out if you want to. There are just some things I don't. Like I said before, I live dangerously, but not so dangerous that I'm going to put more than 1/4 of a spray of oil in any of my cooking utensils. Not that dangerous. You see that? There we go. Okay, now, if you want to get really crazy, and I tend to, what? So fire. I may or may not have just dropped one on the floor. And I don't have a dog to clean it up. My toddler's upstairs. Like, how can you be mad at this? I mean, I know it's my recipe and all, but it's so bomb. You could put on, like, I put Oreo cereal because, let's be honest, I pretend like this is my daughter's cereal. It's not. I buy it for myself. And then when I have cheat days, I go to town. Anyway, so that's gonna wrap up this video. We made some donuts. We did a workout. Who knows where this channel is gonna go? It's probably gonna go into the craziness that is my life with a toddler and a newborn and a husband and being stuck inside because everything's still closed and working full time, and now I'm starting a vlog. I don't know what I'm thinking, but this is fun. Let's see where this is gonna go. I'll link in all the stuff that I use for this, and then my recipe. And don't forget to subscribe, because everyone who's watching this is new. Appreciate everything.